Hey Bomber fans, welcome to episode 5 for 2020 of Don Air Podcast, fueled by our partners at Map Coffee. Drink up, Raz, yep.
I just finished, sorry.
There you go. Thanks for listening, guys, for tuning in today. We had a little pod break as the boys prepare for round 2, so we've been a bit preoccupied. But I'm joined today by my two co-hosts, Orazio, Fantasia and Mason Redman. Boys, how are we travelling? How's the bodies? How are we training? What's been happening?
Well, we were training good. I was training good at the start, and I got hurt.
What's happened, mate? What's happened?
We've got another little quad problem.
A little quad?
Yeah, a little quad. It's unfortunate.
What's with your little muscles, mate?
I know. I just run too fast, I think, unfortunately.
Quick people problem?
Yeah, it's a fast people problem. Me and Usain Bolt, sort of similar sort of echelon of sprinter. But no, it was a kicking injury. You've done a quad before, I'm sure.
I have, and they're not great to get when you get one.
No. Yeah, so just a little kicking. I was coming back fit and firing, and a little training mishap, but I'll miss the Swans game. And I should be okay. So I'm going to train fully over the weekend and this week, and then hopefully have another big week of training next week. It should be right for the D's. I think it is. It's the D's, yeah?
Yeah, I think it is. At the G, we've got three at the G.
Yeah,
after,
3 at the G.
Mate, we focus on this week, and that's it, don't we?
All I can say is Callum Mills is sleeping well. True, Mason?
How about you, Mason?
Yeah, didn't you play on him last year and kick 3?
Well, I think I kicked 4. I think I kicked 4, actually.
Kicked 4 and tore his quad in the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, we won't go in there. We won't go to that. Let's talk about you, Mason. Come on, don't miss that.
How are you travelling, Mason?
I'm feeling pretty good. Good afternoon, anyway. But I'm feeling pretty good. I had a little sort of setback there last week, but I'm feeling pretty good now. It was just a little bump in the road, so nothing to worry about.
Should we cherry?
How have you found the training, the groups, and everyone like that getting back to round 2?
Yeah, I found it all right. It's pretty good.
I don't know. It's been different.
The jury's still out on why we have to be in separate groups, but we can maybe elaborate on that a bit later. I've got not necessarily too happy with some of the rules that have been brought down.
Raz, I want to go on to you.
Yeah.
Yesterday, as in terms of Monday, Queen's birthday, you did big freeze. A delightful front somersault into the water. I love that.
That was an accident too.
How was that, mate? BT?
Yeah, I went as BT, and it's fair to say BT didn't love it, to be honest.
Didn't love it? Okay.
No, he wasn't happy with the sort of resemblance, and it was pretty good.
I thought it was. I mean, you're a lot thinner than him, so you looked like. Yeah, I mean, it would have done him. It would have been a compliment for him, but he looked quite thin in that suit.
He looks nice, but I mean, maybe I've got a future in the media with BT. Bit of roaming Brian with the big kit, but
anything could be better than roaming Brian.
Oh, come on, mate! Don't go like that. He listens to the show.
Now, how cold was the water?
Sorry, Brian.
The water was cold. Joey chucked in about 4 or 5 bags of ice before, and I'm claiming that it's already about 8 degrees in there. So he chucked a couple more bags and just topped it right off.
Tell the fans what actually happened. You jumped in the hots, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's why it melted straight away. I was putting it on. I honestly believe I was the best dressed without sounding like an arrogant prick, but I don't know. There was a couple there that was, I watched them. I like to compare. And I just thought there was a couple that lacked a bit of effort for mine.
How was the old Joe Exotic in there?
Give us an insight. Who was it?
No, I won't name names. But the Joe Exotic was probably right up there with me. But the rest were
with the current
times,
a couple
that was superheroes and a few blokes that didn't quite even dunk themselves, fully submerged in the water. Average effort.
I I saw one of them just getting in a bin. Isn't that what we do on a regular basis every day? So that
Yeah,
wasn't that
you know
great.
what I mean? So that's
I
all
like
right.
I like the Melbourne one, the big slide into the pool at the end. That was all right.
They didn't make the water, mate.
Yeah, but then I saw him dive in there after.
Yeah, they
Go
they
ahead.
did. No, it was good. It was good. It's a great course, obviously, as well.
Very
Yeah.
good calls.
Neil's doing some great work, and I'm not sure how much they raised yesterday, but he's over his career, he's raised an absolute bucket load.
I think it's just under 40 mil in terms of 6 years. I think they said yesterday. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
news. So I think
And
about
that's
37, 38 million, which is unbelievable.
That's a crazy amount of money. So, yeah, to be able to do a little part, but hopefully you can do it at the G properly. I'd love to actually slide down a proper slide. That'd be quite funny.
All right. Well, good on you, mate. Well done for
Thank you.
doing that.
Thank
That
you,
was
my
awesome.
son. Yes. Now, Mace, let's talk about ISO. I want to go back a little bit. You were loving your ISO time.
Yeah.
True. It's fair to say you're loving
Yeah,
it. Are you
loved it.
flat
It was-
being
it
back
was
at the
awesome,
club?
man. No, it's actually good being back. It's a good as much as I do enjoy back home, this is what I really want to do. So it's good being back, but it's a bit difficult being stuck in the house. Me and Paddy are struggling a bit. We both are very, very outdoors people. So we actually went down the beach for a swim before, and it was pretty cold. So
Yeah.
You're a very sociable person, aren't you, Mason? You love getting around to everyone's house. How are you coping with actually not being able to do that?
I love it.
Did you hear that, man?
Are you there, mate?
I heard him.
How are you coping with not being able to visit your teammate's house, mate?
I heard it, but he was just staring at the wall.
The hardest part is having to pay for dinner every night. I use it as a way to save money. So just go around.
That
to
is
people's
very
houses
true.
for feed, so.
Raz, you free?
No.
Yeah, I'll pop round for dinner, mate. I'll pop round for dinner.
Are you cooking tonight, Zaka? Oh, fuck yeah, all right, I'll have some.
Oh, shit.
Or he'll come round and pretend that he's not hungry. Nah, not hungry, I just say. Are you going to Yeah, I'll have some.
I'll have some leftovers.
No, I don't actually go around there for dinner. I go around there to catch up with my mates.
Sure.
If dinner's
Sure,
on offer, though.
If dinner's there.
Absolute genius.
The one thing I am struggling with a bit, and I understand there's all the protocols and things like that, but like when we're in groups of 8, like so you guys were in the early group this morning and I'm in the last group because I'm in rehab and I understand that, but you end up not seeing anyone for the whole day.
Yeah.
So for an insight to the people listening, we're basically in groups of 8. We were in line groups today, weren't we? Sort of.
Line group, yep.
Still groups of 8 though.
Still groups of 8, but within line. So you guys were, 1 and 2 start at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Or 9:30, and then we're not in until 10:30. So we sort of don't really see each other.
Yeah, and I was out of there finished by 11:30. So it just shows that there's only like an hour crossover, and we're busy the whole time. So
Yeah.
you don't get that sort of connection all the time with your teammates.
And the one training session a week is the only time we really get to, all be together. And I wonder if that's going to impact other teams and us on how we play or whatever, because you're not spending. I don't know. That's a theory. What do you think?
Definitely be interesting. I think the clubs that have really good programs and stuff in place, I think it'll start to shine after this period for that exact reason.
Yeah.
So that we can make the most of that limited time that we do have as a group.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the connection between lines of teams this weekend, the game might not flow as much as what it has in the past, just because you're right, Raj. You haven't got that proper connection between the 3 lines, the forwards, mids, and backs, and you haven't been able to train fully together. I've only been able to do one session a week, but within that, even that one session, it's kind of or 1 or 2 sessions. But even within those sessions, they're actually you break up into your line groups anyway, so you're not really doing full drills together. It's only a couple of times a week, so it'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. And I don't reckon I don't think the quality of games will be as good, but I think it's just because it's been compromised. So hopefully we adjust throughout the season and it becomes better, but I don't think early on it'll be great.
And we're going to build with games in, aren't we? Like, we haven't played a game of footy. We played one game and then we had 8 weeks off or more 10 weeks, 11 weeks in between a game. So we're going to be rusty, but we are playing the Swans this week. And, Mace, you did touch on before, I did kick 4 against the Swans last year up there with a torn quad, but we won't go into that. We are flying up there with another team. It's going to be interesting, boys. What are your thoughts on that?
Very, very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, to be honest, mate, I don't think there's anything in that at all.
There's no problems. Yeah.
No, I remember I saw Reece Shaw's comments, which actually was funny. Like, if you actually watch the interview, it was very tongue-in-cheek. And then if you read the paper or read the headline or read the article or whatever, it was like they used his words against him, where it was like he actually used clickbait when he actually had a smirk on his face when he said, "Oh, that team, especially that team." It was quite funny to see. It was very much tongue-in-cheek, but the media turned that. So they tried to create a story, and there wasn't one there.
Of course. They're good at that, aren't they?
I think it'll be fine. The only thing it'll be is we have to get up there a bit earlier and they have to stay a bit later. So just a bit of a, I don't know, sort of
bit of downtime to kill, really.
And downtime each way. So
correct.
Good to figure out what would you do in that time.
What would you do, Mason? You have 3 hours to kill in Sydney. What are you doing?
Can you say it on air, Mason?
You boys tell me. What do you reckon I'll get up to?
Wow.
Well, depending on restriction, you won't be probably doing much. But if you didn't have that, you'd be doing plenty.
You wouldn't be buying food, that's for sure. Let's talk about football now. Let's actually talk about the game. How are we going to beat
Sydney?
How are we going to beat Sydney up there? And what are we going to do? What are the key points, boys? What do you reckon? That's me doorbell.
Oh, good work, mate.
Someone's here.
No visitors, please.
It could be the postie. Hold on, mate. Let's go back to Sydney. What are we thinking? What's the key points? Mate, Saka?
I just think for us, it'll be after a big period off like this and a lot of change and that sort of thing, it'll be who can settle the quickest and get back to how they want to play. Sydney have their distinct style that they've played under Horse for a fair few years, and then we've got a style that Woosha, Truck and Carra are trying to implement with us, and I just think whichever team settles first will hold it in good stead.
Sorry, you've just got a bit of background noise there, mate.
Yeah, sorry, boys. I've just got a nice little parcel here. What do we got here? Jeez, from Foxtel.
Unpackaging.
Foxtel. What have you got?
Yep. It's beautiful, boys.
This is
just what I'm after.
I've ever seen it.
It's perfect timing from me and Foxtel.
What did you get?
Yep, a bit of internet.
Mate.
All right, let's go back to Sydney. We keep getting distracted.
All right.
How are we going to beat them, Zaka? Tell me how we're going to beat them.
I think Mason had a good couple of points. I think if you just look at pure, we haven't got any form to go off. We've played one game. I think if you look at the teams, they've got 2 of their key tools out and we've got 2 of our key smalls out. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting little battle there that our ground game with you and Waller missing is going to be hurting up forward, but then their sort of tall marking game is going to be hurting up forward. So both back lines are kind of probably breathing a sigh of relief. And who's that?
That's my coffee machine turning off.
Geez, we're going well today, aren't we?
We've had an absolute stinker.
You get out of your kitchen, mate. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just like to be out with the people, and
All right. Well, I think so. I think getting back to Sydney. I think that'll be a good sort of thing for fans to watch, to be able to see which forward line takes advantage of people coming in and probably filling those roles and seeing what they can do. Because both midfields are good. You've obviously got our running type midfield and you've got their Bulls inside. So it'll be it's always a good kind of match up to see who wins that. But it'd be nice to win one at the FCG too, boys. We haven't won there for quite a while. We keep losing.
2009.
2009, yeah. We keep losing them by under a goal. So, under 10 points or something like that. So it would be nice to get a win.
I think it was 74 points when I debuted there. So much we lost by. So
74.
I think so, something like that. It was a fun day. I've
had a couple of close losses there, but that's not a good one, mate.
Yeah.
Could have been a part of the first goal. No, first kick, first goal club, but Joey decided to snap one from the boundary and kicked it out the full. So
Oh yeah.
I don't hold it against him though.
Well, you do, clearly.
I'll tell you what
You held
though,
on to it.
a lead isn't safe up there. I mean, I remember playing in, I think 2015 we played them ANZ Stadium and we were up again by like 5 or 6 goals. I think it was Coon's first
Wet
game.
day, though.
Wet day,
Wet
that
day.
one where
When
he
did
kicked the barrel.
Coons do the barrel?
Yeah, that
was
game
that
we were
game.
up about 5 or 6 goals and we lost in the last quarter. They kicked 6 goals to nothing or something like that. And then, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, we were up and they kicked 3 in the last 2 minutes. So a lead is never safe.
Too, yeah.
Lead's never safe in Sydney.
2017.
In Sydney.
Yeah, it's even last year we should have won. We're up. I remember early in the year. What was it? The year before? Yeah, and we lost.
Should have won.
We we can't quite get over the line. So hopefully it all changes this week.
Yes. Should be good.
So, well, I mean, just on that, Raz. So you've obviously spoken about it before, but your injury tracking is tracking quite well, and hopefully in next week. How's your rehab actually? What have you been doing?
I've started with the beauty of the quad is that it doesn't take too much strain when you're just sort of aerobically running slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So I can run and get some good Ks in the legs, which is good, but I just can't do explosive speed or some kicking, which is okay for now. So I can still get the load in the legs for this week, and then next week I'll be able to train fully with the group and be able to go from there. So it'll be the sort of last minute, when are we playing next Sunday as well. So it'll be probably next Friday where I really have to test it out to make sure it's 100% clear. But by that stage, I reckon I'll be in drills and training by then. So I should be sweet to go, which is exciting.
That's good news. Good news for Bomber fans. Hopefully you're back in no time, raring to go. You and Waller, because we need you both up there. For the rest of the today's episode, Raz will do a top 5 of ISO haircuts in the AFL. There's been a few getting around the footy club at the moment, including myself. So hopefully I don't get anything in there. We'll have our fact of the week, a bit of review, as we like to review the fans' comments towards us. And we'll talk a little bit more insight into what clubland actually looks like these days in the AFL, what it's been like the last couple of weeks, and give you all insight into how we're properly feeling about it. So we'll have a quick break. Thanks to Matt Coffee, and we'll be back.
Discover new grounds with our partner, Map Coffee, providing top-quality coffee solutions for your workplace with a range of coffee machines made to suit any workplace and delicious locally roasted beans. Ooh, yeah. You can treat your staff and visitors to barista-style coffee every day. Head to mapcoffee.com.au for your quote today.
We are back, everyone. Thanks to Map Coffee. Have a little sip.
Got no coffee left. If I have another coffee, I won't sleep tonight.
You definitely won't sleep. All right, boys. Now, things are looking a little bit different at Clubland with the pandemic. We touched on a little bit before, in the footy world and in the sporting world in general. Things are looking a lot different with cardboard cutouts in the stands and fake noise and like that. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk to our listeners around some of the differences to training, preparation, a normal week, something like that. So I'll kick us off. We spoke about the smaller groups and smaller group meetings and not being able to go in and out of certain doors and that kind of thing. So it is a little bit difficult just to give insight to the fans about building chemistry, like you said, right? The training in small groups. It's hard to. I know for myself, like I was in the older group for the first couple of weeks, Group 1, and you literally do not see Group 6 at all. So for guys like myself, Hooksy, T-Bell, older guys at footy club who want to interact with younger players, first yearers who are Group 6, you actually don't see them at all.
Yeah.
You kind of miss out on that 2 to 3 months of just getting to know them, and obviously this is kind of crucial in their development too. So you miss out on that a little bit, and it's kind of hard because when you do miss out on that at the footy club, you kind of have a chance outside of the club to catch up with them for coffee or for dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we don't even get that opportunity too. So it's quite a unique and hard circumstance just to build that team chemistry, but hopefully that changes.
Well, I think that ties in with what I was going to say, Zaka. Just like, I guess, the footy staff and like the bubble, I guess, we're in. So with the 25 staff and the players, like restricting how many people we can actually see and how many people so we can spend all day together at the club if we're in the same group, but then you can't come over for dinner.
Yes.
Which for me then doesn't make sense, because housemates can go out and go to work, for example.
Yep.
And then come back, and I just feel like there's more of a risk in that than us. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say there?
Definitely. I definitely know. Well, I live with 3 housemates, and they have work and they go to work and they come home, and we keep a house tidy, and they're socially responsible outside of the house. But they don't. You're right. They're not bound by those rules yet.
Yeah.
We as a collective 45 are probably the safest group of people around Melbourne, because we get tested twice a week.
Yeah.
We're all negative, and we all train together, yet we can't interact at night at home to have that social connection between each other. So it's quite unique. I mean, it hasn't happened for 100 years, so you've got to give them a little bit of break on that.
Of course.
But also saying that, there's kind of a few little contradictions where if we should be able to have dinner, I think, at each other's house when we train together as a group. And we're the most controlled group in probably Victoria, because we all know we're negative. So
we've been tackling each other and things like that, you know. So it's
exactly. I mean, a few of the anomalies at game day are the fact that you can tackle each other at training, but then you've got to sit 1.5 meters away on the bench. So, tackle each other on game day and sit 1.5 meters on the bench. So
that's
quite funny.
That's funny. That's fine. Have we got any footage, mate? Did you record yourself getting a test?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Swab up. Should we put that up for the fans and just see a little bit of...
I could put that up. I don't carry on like I've seen some other people carry on.
I've got some footage of Connor carrying on.
You know? I'm pretty tough.
You are tough.
Hang on, is your test pre or post them changing the finger?
It was pre. It was the week.
Yeah, that's pre.
They went right up there, David. They tickled the brain. Don't worry about it.
They tickle nerves you don't even realise you have in your nose.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon we get that up and going, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll give that a crack.
What about you, Raz? Anything that's you found out of the ordinary?
Not really. I think just obviously the temperature checking and all the sort of routine things you got to do in the morning, and fill out have you come into contact with someone or this and that. It's I don't know. I just try to have fun with it. I try to guess my temperature every morning.
Mace, anything?
I'm not gonna dive into it too much. You guys have already touched on some of my points. If I get started, then we'll never end.
No, I want to hear some Mason rants. Go on.
Come on.
Unleash a little bit, just a little bit, or not?
I'll get banned for week 2. I don't want to do that. Go
right.
against some of the. I'm happy to do all the stuff because it means we get back playing. That's all I'm going to say.
No, okay.
So I don't want to get in trouble. Actually, I do want to get in trouble. Let's go.
No, you don't. You don't.
No.
We'll go on to the haircuts then. Should I take over?
Just on that, for fans listening, we are complaining about very small things here. So we do appreciate that we can play footy for the fans and that. So
of course.
Just if anyone's listening and hasn't liked what we've said there, we know we're complaining about small things, and we can't wait to get back and playing. It's and obviously very unique circumstances. So don't crack too much. We're having a bit of fun, a bit of tongue in cheek.
Can't wait to kick a bag of 5.
If you've got a problem, go to Zach's house. Just post on Instagram. I'll send you the address.
Yeah, DM Zaka on Insta.
No, DM me, and then I'll send him the address. Just rock up.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that.
Nice, mate. All right, boys. Let's get into some haircuts. We'll go top 5 ISO haircuts.
Lovely.
I'm going to start 5, obviously being the worst haircut. Or should 1 be?
No, 1's the worst.
1's the worst, but then 5.
Hang on. Yeah, what is it? Is it top 5 worst haircuts or top 5 best?
Well, that's
either way. 1's either the worst or the best.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably want 1 to be the worst, I'd say.
Okay, so there you go.
Is that fair?
Yep, that's always fair. And make sure you don't start at 1. Start from 5.
I won't. I'll start at 5. And it's one of the new recruits, big boy, big fella.
Mm-hmm.
Mate,
from us or from?
Yeah, it's from Essendon. I'm keeping it all Essendon based.
Oh, you're going all Essendon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all right. That's good.
Well, I could
Yeah.
go elsewhere because
Well,
there's
the
been
top
some
5 in the
horrific
AFL.
ones. Okay. Well, if I'm doing that, then 5 is probably no. I'm sticking with the club. I'm sticking with Essendon. I had 5 as big boy, Croft.
Big Craw.
He's coming with
Not
this.
many of the fans would know Croft.
Yeah. Ooh, give him a shout out, the big fella.
Can you describe Croft to the fans in the sentence, please, Raz?
Yeah. How long's the sentence? Long sentence. No, a big country boy.
Yep.
A little bit wet behind the ears, but he's finding his way. But back to the hair. So he's got the sides just shortened up, and he's got the big mullet out the back, which is it's a bit interesting for mine.
Big Malay.
Very
Big mullet out the back. Number 4, Joshua
Yes.
Begley.
Oh,
is this a late introduction?
Absolute
Yeah.
class. I love it. Oh,
What's he done? Raz?
Did you not see him today?
I saw him today. I just want you to describe to people.
Well, I think what's happened here is the missus has given him a haircut, a little home job,
Yep.
just to keep all the interest away, so no other females are going near him. That's, in my personal opinion, that's what I think's happened there. It couldn't be any other reason. I don't think.
so
I
if
don't
he
think so.
listens at home, he's got a perm.
He does have a little perm.
He's got
He's an
perm,
absolute perm.
apparently this comes from him today, and I
Mm.
don't want to misquote him, but I'm pretty sure he said it lasts for 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah, so he's stuck with it for 6 weeks. I personally don't mind it.
You like it?
Yeah,
He looks a bit,
a bit change up. Gives him something.
Gives him what?
Don't worry.
Mason, you're silly, mate. You're being silly now.
He looks a little bit like Logan Paul. A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's running the TikTok look. Lots of
He's running the
British
TikTok
and
look.
American kids.
Mm.
Lads do it.
Very interesting.
The lads do it. And coming in at 3, boys, Noah Gown. So he's got the, shaved sides, but then he's got the mullet with the blonde tips through the mullet.
Yeah.
Which is, that's not on for mine.
Very.
Not on.
Bit of carry on for me.
I mean, normally, obviously, like you've done in the past, you'll have the blonde on top with the roots underneath. He's gone at the bottom.
Mm.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Not for me. Coming in at 2 is the skipper when he had the little mohawk sort of business going on. I think that was also a girlfriend job.
Yes.
So that was a no for me. Yeah. And rounding out the top 5, as you all could imagine, who is number 1?
Better be the big fella.
Is the one and only David Zaharakis.
Mate, how did Sam Draper get out of this?
Yeah, you're right. He probably could have been in there.
Sam Draper should be number 1, shouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm happy with how it looks, David, but I just need a bit of barber work on the side. Just taper it in slightly.
I'm a bit like Mace with footy. If I haven't paid for a haircut for 12 years, I'm not going to start now.
I like it.
It's not happening. I'm actually going to do a home job now after this, but I kind of want it. I want it to just keep growing on top to see exactly what happens to it.
See what happens.
See where it goes. I'll keep shaving the sides, but I'm not going to touch the top.
Oh, well, make sure you do it before and after tonight on your Insta stories, just so we can have a look of where it's going.
Won't be. You know that. Come on.
Come on, mate.
Mate, what are you doing? Are you going to keep growing yours just as long as you can?
Yeah, I actually need a trim, but I haven't. Sorry.
You've had a bit of a stroke there. You want to go again?
You're not focusing at all at the moment.
Oh, mate, you caught me off guard. I need to get it a trim because it is getting a little bit long. I don't know any good hairdressers because I've never been to a hairdresser. So
I know plenty, mate.
Do you go to hairdresser or you go barbers?
I go to barber. I'll help you out.
You get the fade going, don't you?
I want a barber.
Why do you want a hairdresser?
Because
the same thing.
I just want to trim. I don't want to get it cut off. Barbers.
Oh, they can do the same thing.
Aren't barbers locked into
Yeah, he'll go.
Mate, they don't all just do a little skin fade. They have more in their arsenal.
They try to. I agree with Mason.
They're not as
They'll
good at
ruin
it, I don't think, because it's not what they do all the time.
You get a bit of this, Raz. You get a bit of, and then you'll.
No, bit of Barbashan.
Bit of Barbashan. Shout out to Barbashan.
He'd like that Barbashan.
Nice. He'd be happy with that. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I think he's based in Coburg if you want to go see him. Some of the boys' favourite barber.
Some of the boys' favourite barber. That's good. All right. What are we on? Fact of the week, mate? So, Zach, you kick us off there.
Oh, which
Fact
one
of
of
the
these
week.
facts is mine?
Yours is the second one, mate.
Oh, beautiful.
Fact of the week. All right, boys. My fact of the week here. We love animals around here, don't we? So I always get the animal one, or I love researching the animal one. So should I say?
Yes.
The velociraptors in Jurassic Park, right, are actually tortoises. Apparently, and when you say a fact, I don't think you should start with apparently, all right? But apparently the velociraptor noise in Jurassic Park is actually a recording of two tortoises mating.
Very dodgy fact, this one.
Again,
I can't.
you didn't say apparently when you start with a fact.
No, it's a fact. It is a fact.
So two tortoises mating. There
Wow.
you go, boy. That's interesting sounds, which I've actually heard it too, two tortoises, and it's quite unique.
I bet you have.
Cheers. What did you see on the news, Zaka? In the Monato Zoo, a couple of lion cubs there. All happening in Adelaide.
They had two pregnant females. So they had one, I think, born about 2 months ago, and then I think another litter. Is that what you're saying? There's another litter?
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
I didn't even know they had tortoises at the zoo.
No, we're talking about lions.
We're talking about lions now.
Lions. We're at tortoises.
What happened in there today?
Yes, read your fact. You are off.
I'm taking the piss, boys.
You are unbelievable, dog.
All right, so my fact is apparently.
Yes.
I'm kidding. This is actually true.
Apparently.
Bullfrogs do not sleep. They got tested for responsiveness to being shocked.
By being shocked.
And too big. Whatever.
And you have
This is my fact, not yours. I don't even know what this is. I researched it.
Well, you just.
It had the same reaction whether it was awake or whether it was resting.
Wow.
Yeah, a bit like myself.
It's a bit
cat-like
cool to get
reflexes
tested
all the
with
time. Bullfrog-like reflexes all the time.
You're strong like bull. All right.
I come stun gun you, mate, when you're sleeping. See how that
And
goes.
see how you go. This one is my fact, and there's nothing apparent about it. This is all cold, hard facts. Christian Bale reportedly studied Tom Cruise's mannerisms to prepare for his role as a serial killer, Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. Is that weird?
No, that's fair.
It's pretty weird.
Tom Cruise, yep, that's fair.
Do you reckon Tom Cruise,
run us through it there.
serial killer?
The old human mannerisms.
The old
expert.
Scientology. I hope we don't have any Scientology listeners here.
Well,
But
we might need to get Dave Reed on the pod. He can help us out.
On a side note, Christian Bale has been he's been well known to get very into his roles with acting.
Really?
I don't know if you guys have watched the movie The Pianist.
Yes.
The Pianist. He gets really skinny. He almost like starves himself, and he was like passing out on set and stuff because he.
The machinist.
Okay, Mr.
Oh, who's that? Yeah, okay.
Machinist.
Thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks, producer.
Oh, that's good.
Producer Grayson.
I think I actually agree with that point, though. All the best actors, like Joaquin Phoenix, obviously Heath Ledger, rest in peace. But all those guys who invest heavily in their roles always just stand out. Obviously, got no idea about acting, but I'd made that up. But it sounds right.
No, I think I reckon there was like an interview or something where they said it took like him almost a year to recover out of like character of that person in that film, which it would. I've heard numerous actors take like 6 to 12 months out of that character because you live it every single day. It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, that's
they
good,
get
boys.
paid millions of dollars to do a film.
That's true. They get the big bucks, unlike us. Unlike me and you.
You two,
No.
you two still get it, but
No.
I'm on peanuts at the moment.
Don't be silly. Some good fact, boys. We'll move on to a bit of Raz's review now. This is titled Red Dog Redemption.
Oh, yep.
Long time listener, first time caller here, boys.
Thank you.
Loving the pod since day one, but can I just say that Mason is the ultimate red dog? Sorry, Cooney. I've been loving hearing Mason on the pod full time alongside Zaka and Razzle. Can I also give a shout out to my brother, MLT_82, for getting me onto this. We've been members together for 7 years now, and we rarely miss a home game together. So keeping up to date with the pod has kept us going while the footy is on hold.
I'm in the middle of this.
Awesome.
I hope to see you boys on the park sometime soon. Until then, keep it up, brothers. BRUTHAS, which we love.
Oh,
Go
love
Bombers. From Shannon_44. What a review.
Love that.
Love that from the great man. Thank you very much for listening, Sharon, and your brother, which you haven't mentioned.
Shannon.
Sorry. Did I say Sharon? I just said Sharon because that's our chef at the club.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks, Sharon. No, Shannon, I apologise. I got you mixed up then. It's my mistake.
Thank you.
But you haven't mentioned your brother's name, and NLT_82. So thank you for listening as well. My apologies.
We appreciate all listeners' reviews, so thank you for that.
Yes, we do.
We'll try and read them correctly next time, listeners, so thank you for that.
Sorry, Shazza.
But that's all she wrote for episode 5. Bomber fans, get excited. Footy's back this week, taking on Sydney. Hopefully we go up there and get the win. We'll see you for episode 6 in the coming weeks. Thanks, boys. Thanks for joining us.
Beautiful, boys. Have a good night, Mason.
See you, boys.
See you, Mason.